My name's Amy. I'm here at Kairos Studios. Thank you for joining me today for this 10-minute video. I'm going to teach you some exercises that are going to help improve and balance, strength, helping with coordination and rotation, so that in the event that you lose your footing, you'll be able to hopefully prevent a fall from happening. So we're going to start today. I've got a chair. I'm sitting on my chair, and I'm going to bring myself to the front edge of the chair. And I recommend you do something where it doesn't have arms. It gives you a little bit more mobility and flexibility here with the work we're going to do. Take your hands, press them into the front of the chair. Mine, I'm going to press into the legs of my chair. And as I press in, I'm just going to lift my chest. So as I press the hands in, I can feel the chest opening. I can feel the abdominals engaged. And I'm just gonna sit tall. Pull the shoulders down the back. So when we are moving about our day, it's really important to keep our eyes where we're headed. So the better our posture is, the better we're able to gauge what's in front of us. So by pressing into the chair, we're stretching the chest, creating strength in the upper and mid back. And then I'm gently gonna round my spine. So I'm scooping that belly away. I am pulling my low spine and belly button towards the back of the chair as I continue to press in to the front of the chair. You should feel this deep corseting action in the low abdominal region here. My gaze is just at the top of my knees, and you'll feel a nice stretch in the arms and the upper back as the shoulder blades pull away. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna sit tall. Our spine will lift and lengthen. We press the palms into the front of the chair and feel the chest open. You should feel the shoulder blades coming closer together in the middle of your back. Hold here. And one more time, we're gonna scoop that belly in, creating this beautiful little C shape in the low spine. Rounding back. Press those hands in. Feel the abdominals pull to the back of the chair. The neck has a soft gaze towards those knees once again. And then we're gonna stack that spine and sit tall. I have a couple of weights with me today. Weights are an option. If you'd like to utilize them, you can do a 2-pound weight is a really great place to go, even 1 pound. I've got also 4-pound weights. So depending on the exercises you're doing, you're gonna want to change the weight so that you feel enough challenge. We can build some bone density with these weighted exercises. So from here, we're just gonna do a little bit of a bicep curl. So the heads of the weights are facing up, and I'm sitting as tall as I can out of my pelvis. And I'm not relying on the back of my chair to sit tall. So this in and of itself creates a lot of work building the muscles of the back of the body and the front of the body. We'll do about 6 more here. And one thing that we're challenging as we move the arms up and down in this bicep curl is our stability in our core. So if you happen to be walking, your arms are moving right front and back as we step, and that can throw our balance off. So this movement of the weight up and down in the front of the body tends to pull us forward. Your challenge here is to sit as tall as you can and isolate everything in the torso. Let's just do 1 more here. All right, so I'm gonna set the weights to the side. We're gonna use them in a minute, but we're gonna work on standing up out of a chair. So for those of you that might need a little bit more support, we're just gonna do a half stand out of the chair. You'll take your hands, place them along the edges of the bottom of the chair. Press the heels of the hands gently down into the chair, and then press the soles of the feet, in particular the heels. We wanna root those down and keep a nice lift in that chest. So continue to look straight ahead as you begin to lift yourself out of the chair. Now I'm only hovering here, and then I'm gonna return myself back down. We're gonna do that 2 more times. You're gonna lift and try and hover the glutes and the back of your legs off the chair, and lower down. 1 more. And lower. So you'll feel that in your quadriceps, the tops of your thighs there, and we want to definitely put most of our weight into our heels because we don't want to fall forward when we're getting out of a chair. So we want to feel the back of the legs and the heels driving down and engaged. So now we're going to go all the way up into a straight standing position. So I'm going to press those palms down. I'm going to begin to lift myself off the chair, but notice that my chest stays lifted and my belly button continues to pull in. And then as I return to my seated position, I'm going to try and feel for the base of the chair with my hands, but not look down, because that might cause me to fall forward, right, if I lose my sense of balance. Again, I lift myself up, and out of the chair. I'm pressing the heels down. You can use your hands as much as you need to. And then I'm going to return myself back. Chest is lifted, hands reach the chair, and I stay seated. Another really great opportunity, if you happen to have a table or something that's next to you, you can put your hand there and use your single arm to help lift you up. And when you get into this position where we have to transition from the chair all the way to our upright position, we have something to hold on to. So that's a great option. I'm going to return back to the chair. To add an extra layer of work here, if you so choose and it's right for your body, we take our weights and we do what's called a suitcase squat coming out of the chair. Now we're only going to come halfway up, but remember to keep your chest nice and lifted. We're going to press the heels down and begin to stand up halfway and lower. Keep the weights alongside the body. Don't bring them in front of the body, as that's going to pull you forward of your sense of gravity there. So we're just lifting and lowering. Even if you just come and hover above that chair, you're going to feel your quadriceps really firing up here. Remember to keep those knees over the toes. And we'll just do one more. Weights are an option. It's a good option to have. We're going to rest those weights down. I have what's also called a theraband here. So we're going to keep this theraband on the back side of our bodies. So I'm going to send it behind me like I was putting on a belt or a sash. And then I'm going to take that theraband. These you can buy anywhere online or your local fitness store. We're going to take that band and we're going to put it right at the center of the shoulder blades along the back. And then I'm going to have my palms facing towards the sky. The band is gently resting. And depending on how much tension is right for your body, you're going to clasp that band and extend the arms straight forward. So here again, we have this forward motion with our arms, but we're trying to steady the torso so that when we are moving, we have that sense of balance to keep us in control in our core. So from here, we're going to start to do what's called our rotation of our spine. So I'm going to take one arm. I'm going to start with my right arm, and I'm going to glide my right arm out to the side. My other arm is going to stay straight ahead over that leg. And then I'm just going to begin to follow my hand with my eyes. As I do this, you'll feel a twist in your spine. What I don't want to happen is I don't want that hip to reach back and you to feel that your pelvis is now not square to the chair. We want to keep that pelvis square. We want to rotate as much as we can, sitting as tall as we can, and come back to center. If this theraband is too much of a challenge for you, you can do this without anything, just your arms. Again, we follow the gaze of that fist. The front arm stays steady, and we spiral our spine towards that opposite arm. Bring it back to center. We'll do one more round on each side. Keeping the hips square. And second side. There we go. So you can add more repetitions to this, but this is really good if you happen to be walking and you need to turn around and grab something, you don't sort of lose your sense of balance and control. All right, so I'm going to set my theraband aside. I'm going to set my weights aside, and I'm going to stand up now. And I'm going to use my chair. I'm going to rotate my chair, and I'm just going to do a little bit of standing work. So we're going to take that squat now to a standing position. Our knees are hip width apart. My chest is nice and broad. And I'm going to press those heels really deeply towards the floor and bend the knees. And here we have that chair for stability. If you don't need the chair, then take your hands and clasp them either in a prayer-like position or together. And we're going to squat up and down. Now again, we want to make sure that we keep the chest lifted and that we don't lean forward. We want to keep our tailbone nice and vertical, all right? So wherever you're at, we're just squatting. We'll do 2 more squats. Again, this is something you can do all day, every day, and build up that back body strength. Now I'm gonna place my hands here and we're gonna do some calf raises, okay? So this is really good for stretching our feet and creating strength in our feet as well as in our calves. So with your feet hip width apart, I'd like you to hold that balance on the chair. If you lift up the heels, we hold here, we stay nice and lifted. Again, try not to lean forward and then lower the heels. We're just gonna lift and lower. Now look straight ahead, find a place on the wall or in your room and just fixate on it as you lift and lower. And feel what your body is doing and how much control you do have and where you need to work to increase that control. All right, one more, we're gonna lift and lower. And our last piece of work here is we're just gonna take one leg, we're gonna tap it back. That front knee is slightly bent, and then I'm bringing the leg back to its start position. So we're tapping it back and start. So this puts us in a more forward leaning position, but we are stable and we are trying to keep the front of the body nice and lifted. One more and then we'll switch sides. Soft bend in that knee, back and front. We're challenging our balance here too. That's really so important. So if you can take one hand off, great. You can take both hands off, great. One more. That's it. So that was our 10-minute workout. Boy, that went by fast. Once again, my name is Amy. I'm here at Kairos Studios. Thank you for joining me. We hope that you stay strong, stay healthy, and stay active, and follow us back here for another video. Have a great day.